from the Philippines. What a way to end our morning here. Mansourian's always a sure bet for
an exciting contest.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. And once again, it's a repeat of the World Championship final from Jakarta. Mansourian, a two-weight world champion, don't forget. She won gold in the 65-kilogram class back in 2013. A lot lighter now, which means that she's faster as well. But straight away, Basiadan.
Oh, beautiful
What
kick
a
to the
kick.
face. Using those long legs to her advantage. That was a push kick to the face, Simon.
Incredible dexterity from Mansourian. Basiadan certainly took the fight to her straight away, straight off the bat. Mansourian throwing down the gauntlet with that push kick to the face.
Look at that circular footwork from Mansourian. Staying out of the kicking range there, Basiadan. She respects what Basiadan has, but she's able to reach in with those long legs, as we've seen so far.
Interesting to see that neither fighter active in the clinch. And this is a real battle of the kickers, this.
Look at her ability to stay on the lei tai, 2 inches from the edge. That's experienced fighter.
Ready to pounce, bouncing up and down. Well, here comes the attack. This time doesn't result. She is ahead here.
Beautiful push
Inside
kick
the
again.
First minute. All in the timing as well, times it perfectly. As the Filipino fighter attacked.
Basiadan got a good roundhouse kick there to the torso.
Still plenty of time to turn this around. Another kick from the Filipino.
Mansourian is masterful at what looks like creating space so that the fighter's not able to get into range, but what she actually is doing is creating her own kicking distance because she has those long legs. That's why those push kicks have been so effective.
Just ducking out of trouble there. As we approach the last 10 seconds of this first round. Mansourian in control. Not quite as comfortable as she perhaps would have hoped, but she has taken that first round.
Sure.
Reigning world champion.
As we look at the highlights, Simon, when they come up, one of the things we'll realize is that Mansourian's fantastic about drawing her opponent to her. She's using circular footwork, but always outside of the opponent's striking range, but she creates space for herself. Look. Each time she has long legs, she created the space to use her legs.
What's fascinating is if you look at the Vietnamese fighters and the muscle definition they have in their thighs and compare it to Mansourian, doesn't look to have too much meat on her bones, but as you explained on day one, it can be about speed and precision just as much as power. Lifted, almost lifted her opponent off the lei tai with both of those kicks.
She has great strength and anchoring in her standing legs, so she's able to generate power from the ground. It's actually one of the hallmarks of good wushu, but she's able to really get the power from the ground.
Straight away when she doesn't connect, she comes in close as you say, spreads the legs. It's a lower center of gravity to avoid being upended.
Mansourian's legs are strong technique. Nice takedown there. Both going down, no score. Mansourian's legs are a real weapon for her. In a clinch, she doesn't get to use her legs. So you see her clinch once she's in because it's effectively neutralized one of her go-to techniques. Unfortunately, there we see a little bit there. Hergy Bakiedan trying to put together a combination. But look at how far Mansourian stays outside of the striking range.
Oh, fighting.
Referee.
When the break was called. She's going to get admonished for that.
Yeah.
Got a cheeky little right hand in. Mansourian. This round so far a lot tighter. And still a chance that we could move into a third round if Hergy could put in a strong finish here.
She definitely has utilized a strategy that kept her much closer. And
that's a huge right hand.
That's right. That takedown cost her. She initiated, and Mansourian was good enough to reverse it. It was still
wide open.
Yeah.
And there's another right hand. Oh, this is interesting. Two of the judges moving this round.
We might get that.
To the
what
Philippines.
A great, beautiful right hand down.
Oh, wow, what a turnaround.
How about that for knocking her opponent down with that right?
Caught off balance. And how will Mansourian react to that? Comes in with a kick.
Hergy has figured out how to block that kick and get in some punches. And get in some punches. Look at that. What a turnaround there.
On shaky legs now, Mansourian.
And a second forcible count. There's some bounce in the step of Hergy Bakiedan.
Now she just needs to tie things up here and take this into a third round.
And the round's over.
Oh, what a second round that was. Full of action. And all credit to Hergy Bakiedan for taking this into a third round. And now, perhaps the first time in a long time, Mansourian is going to have to listen to her coach.
Well, for sure, this break benefits Mansourian.
And she was definitely on shaky legs there. Looked at one point as though she was going to be knocked out. Great power in that right hand.
Bakiedan's not sitting down. She's keeping that energy going.
And she still looks a little startled by what's just happened. She needs to find her composure and refocus. Well, now it's time to live up to her billing. She's a world champion, two-weight world champion at that.
Bakiedan had some ferocious punches, and we see Mansourian using those kicks right away.
But she needs to avoid being picked off with that right hand. It's a wicked right hand that the Filipino fighter has. They do have a fantastic boxing tradition. The Philippines always have had. Showing good boxing technique here.
So let's see if Hergy's unflinched by these legs as they come in. She's using her own legs and neutralizing. She knows if she gets in there, it's a nice takedown for Mansourian.
Well, she's smart now and keeping Bakiedan at distance. Doesn't want to allow her the chance to start wheeling that right hand, which was so effective in the second round.
And you see her, and that's a nice kick, and she's just trying to get in. She's trying to get inside for those punches.
And she knows that this could be over if she gets in another one of those big right hands. She's such an aggressive fighter. It isn't really in her nature to back away. And here come those kicks again. Goes into the clinch, and this is where it's dangerous. she's going to go in that close, she has to make sure that she has her guard up. Otherwise, she's going to pay for it. At the moment, Mansourian just ahead. 45 seconds on the clock.
Each of those kicks that she landed earned her 2 points, and you see it in the point spread for 3 techniques up to 6 points for her just using those long, effective kicks that she has. Bakiedan is the one that needs to get in to try and use that.
She needs a knockout by the look of things. And she's capable of producing that as well. She can get within range.
But you see Mansourian, and she takes a forcible, not a forcible count, but passive.
Inside the last 5 seconds now. Mansourian has done enough in this third round.
She's secured it. But she got a real scare there in the second round.
And a little love tap at the end.
Admonished.
Well, comes through it, but she was certainly made to work for that gold medal. Mansourian, fantastic fight, that one. And that second round will live long in the memory. Great fight between these two.
What a great fight to watch here for our last bout of the morning. Bakiedan showed us that she created a strategy that was different than what she had early on.
And our winner, Shabano Mansourian.
But our winner went back to what works for her. She went back to those, can bet her corner told